Uh, Welcome to the Williamsburg Gamers Guild. Today, we're here with my good buddy, fellow Aquarian Gage. It's William Henry Palmer, aka the Blank Page. And how you been doing, man?
Good. How about yourself, Will?
Pretty solid, pretty solid. So, what games have you been playing recently?
So, I replayed through Spyro 3, remastered again.
How was that?
Really good. Took
Are
me
there any bugs?
I think 12 hours to beat this time fully. 117%.
Damn.
And then I rebeat Bioshock Infinite recently.
How was that game?
Really, really good as well.
That's one game I keep getting requested to play. I think you were telling me I should check it out too.
Yeah, I couldn't get into the first Bioshock, so I didn't even attempt Bioshock 2, but Infinite just keeps drawing me back in for whatever reason.
Okay, solid.
Yeah.
Didn't you say it was a few months ago you said you were playing Assassin's Creed Origins?
Yeah, I never got to beat it. I think I only got like 3 or 4 chapters in. And I think I started playing COD again, and then I stopped playing Assassin's Creed and just haven't picked it back up.
True. I mean, I'm not even done with it. Like, I've beat like the main story, but there's so 6 or 7 regions I haven't gone to. And one day I'll play it again and do that shit. That's what's good about a game like that, where you don't have to it's like you can potentially play it for over 70 hours. I think I was like, I might be near 100 on there, because I'm playing on the hardest level as well. So at first I was getting destroyed by everybody. So yeah, it was pretty solid. I love that game. Love that game. Let's see. What would you say is your favorite game ever?
Final Fantasy X is up there. Red Dead Redemption 1 is up there. Last of Us is up there. I would say my all-time favorite game is definitely Final Fantasy X.
Alright. I remember you telling me about this game before. Didn't you say they have this part where if you get an achievement, you have to do like 100 football... It's not football games, but it's the equivalent of football games?
So it's... In some cases, it could even be more than 100 games, but this game takes... I want to say it's like 5-minute halves.
Okay.
And you have to fully play through it, but the time stops when you stop to make a play, which is shooting the ball, passing the ball, getting fucking tackled, and you have certain stats you need to maintain, and it's one of the things you need to do to be able to get one of the super weapons to actually beat any of the real good bosses in the game, or it's one of the strategies I use at least. There's a million different ways to beat the game, like most games.
Oh yeah,
but that's one of the most grindy parts of that game. But it's really, really fun. It's a really creative game. They came up in the early 2000s, and it still holds up today.
Are you gonna get the new the remake of 7?
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to that. That's one of my next game purchases. That and Last of Us 2. Definitely my next game purchases. Try not to hold my hopes up for Last of Us 2, because they haven't released much on that, and I'm worried that that's not going to be as good as the first one, because the first one was so crazy. But
I've never played it because I have Xbox, but I watched the game movie and I loved it.
It's crazy.
Like the ending, kind of. It wasn't a bad ending, but it kind of pissed me off that the main male character would choose that. I'm like, that's kind of fucked up in a way.
It's just like, if you see it a little bit, it's just like he doesn't want to lose his kid again. So it kind of makes sense, but you can definitely see from the trailers and shit, she's pissed. So that's going to be an interesting resolve.
Definitely.
Hopefully they don't fuck it up.
So, have you delved into the newer Tomb Raider games at all?
A little bit. I liked the first one they came out with the company Square, who's been making them recently. The first
when they're on the island?
Yeah, the island one was really good. And I couldn't get into the second one, and I haven't even tried the third one, to be honest. But the first one was really, really awesome. It was like, I think I played it because it was like free on Xbox and then free on PlayStation. So like I got the game for free. And it was definitely worth the time if it's free, but I'd even pay for that game if I had to go back.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's probably my favorite. I've played all 3 because I've loved Tomb Raider. That was my first real action game back in the day. Like I got it. Then at first to be honest, I was a kid, so I was judgmental. Yeah. I was like, it's a girl game. I'm not playing this shit. Then eventually, at one point, I put it in, and I love that game.
Super sick.
Super hard. It's a lot different than the older games. The old games, like, she's like the established Tomb Raider, where you're just basically going into tombs, whereas this one, she's younger, so she's kind of just going on an adventure to random places and going to tombs as she goes. But the latest one, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, she becomes like the legit Tomb Raider in that game. But I would say the first one is definitely my favorite. The second one's my third favorite. The last one's probably my second favorite.
I should play that then.
Yeah, it's solid. It's good. Like the mechanics are great. The story is solid, but pretty good. Let's see. What would you say is the hardest game you've ever played?
I'm not a big fan of like super duper hard games. I will say I was playing through. I know I've talked about this to you before, but Summoner 2 has a super hard boss that I couldn't get past.
All right. Explain what Summoner 2 is.
So Summoner 2 is an old franchise. It came out again early 2000s, PlayStation 2 type era. And essentially, it's a game. Summoner 2 specifically follows a princess who has essentially a bunch of people you pick up throughout the game to help her on her quest. And I honestly can't even remember the main storyline at this point because it's been so long. But it's something to do like End of the World-esque type thing, and she can turn into like different monsters. In the Summoner games, they were called Summonings. The Final Fantasy games, which were super similar, they were called Aeons and Espers and that kind of thing. Summoner 2 had this boss, and it's, from what I did in terms of research too, it's definitely the hardest boss in the game. But you beat the boss, it's this giant blob creature, super easy, and then it turns into your whole party, and your whole party is essentially 3 characters. You get to pick which 3 characters you are, but you have to beat them. You haven't been able to buy potions or Phoenix Downs or anything. Pretty much half the game, like half the time I've put into the game, like has been in this section of the story, and you haven't been able to buy any potions or Phoenix Downs or earn them, except maybe stealing them, which is something I thought about doing recently. When you talked to me about doing the interview, I was like, it's the hardest game I've played. It's like, I should probably steal some shit in the game, and might go back and play that again. But that's a super fucking hard boss because you have to beat all. It's essentially like 4 bosses in one because you have to fight your party plus your main boss.
Okay. How many of the Final Fantasy games have you played?
Oh, I don't even know. Maybe 5 to 10. 5 to 10.
Are they all like from 7 and up?
No, I've played 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
I've beaten 1 at least once. I haven't beaten 2. I think I've played 3 and 4. Have not played 7. I think I've played 8 or 9. Have not beaten those. 10, again, I've beaten a million times. 12, I've beaten a lot. 13, 1 and 2, I played but did not beat. On 13, 2, I think I got to the final boss.
Okay.
Don't know why I didn't beat it. I think I just got upset with the game.
Yeah, that, man. You can go weeks without beating the final boss, for real.
Those were, I don't even remember if it was like that hard or I just didn't want to put the time and effort into it because those games, I wasn't as big of a fan of 13. 12 I've beaten a few times though. I've beaten the remastered one a few times. I've beaten 10 a bunch of times. And then 15 I've beaten at least twice.
Alright.
Maybe 2 or 3 times because they have the play Game Plus once you beat the game.
Yeah, I'm playing, I've beat a large portion of Final Fantasy V. I used to watch my cousin play 7 a long time ago, and he used to play 8 as well. That's the only Final Fantasies I've really delved into. I was gonna buy the old 7 because I saw it was on the marketplace. Yeah. But then I heard they're remaking it, so I was like, I'm not gonna play that and then play the new one.
The remastered one's supposed to have new mechanics though. They're supposed to have like a classic version, and then they're supposed to have like the newer. From what I understand, it's kind of like 15 mechanics.
I haven't played that one.
Final Fantasy 15 is open world, which kind of would change the whole game because I know it was super linear back then. Yeah. The first kind of open world one was 10. But I heard they had like the classic mechanics and then they revamped the mechanics to more like 15 was, where it's an open world and pretty much the combat is which you control the combat.
Oh, okay, so it's not turn-based. Yeah. Okay. But they have the turn-based for the hardcore
Yeah, like the old fans. Yeah, the old.
I think I'm gonna try the new one. I like.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it on the new one first too, definitely. Just because I liked 15's mechanics story. Mechanics were great.
All right, and let's see. I think before we talked about you got all the Riddler trophies in the first Batman, right?
Arkham Asylum and Arkham City.
Damn.
Yeah.
How long did it take to do that?
So I didn't realize the first time I was playing through the game because I think I was like, whenever it came out, however old I was like 12 when it came out, I think. So I went back and beat it. And I think I've beaten City all the way through once. And you have to, essentially interrogate the Riddler's people to be able to find all the trophies.
That's right,
or, you're going to have to look up guides and stuff, which is not fun. So if you interrogate all the Riddler people in Arkham City, it's very easy to find all the trophies. Some of them are harder challenges, but it's just kind of grindy at that point. Asylum was super easy, kind of, in my opinion. I picked up on it the second or third time I played through Asylum because you pick up the maps and stuff, and once you figure that out and where the maps are, I think I even remember where all the maps are if I want to go back and replay. I've played that game a few times all the way through. The City I've only played through once all the way through because that game is super large, even though it's nowhere near the size of Origins or Arkham Knight.
Oh man. Have you played Arkham Knight?
Yeah, I've beaten all 4 of them.
Which one would you say is your favorite, if you had to rank them from 1 to 4?
This one always throws me off. So Origins is 4, Knight's 3, and then I can't ever make up my mind about Asylum and City. I know I've put more time into City probably, but it's just a lot bigger game. Once you know how to play Asylum though, it's pretty easy to beat. City, I mean, you can get caught up on a few parts. Especially if you're playing on the harder difficulties. I think I rebeat Asylum within the last 6 months though on hard, and that was pretty fun. I think I 100%ed that. That was super fun.
Dope. Okay,
I would have to say Asylum probably just because it's the original. They're so close though. There's a solid sequel. City was a solid sequel.
Definitely. That's basically my order as well.
Yeah.
Everyone's origin is always the last favorite.
It's terrible.
They're
talking about Warner Brothers Montreal making another one too. Did you hear about that?
Is it the one that's supposed to come out pretty soon? Ish.
I don't know. I don't think it has a release date or a trailer or anything like that. I just heard that Warner Brothers Montreal was thinking about making another one, and I don't want them to be quite honest. I would be fine if that Batman game never came out.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Oh, another Batman game. I think we've talked about this before too, but it was Batman Begins. The same people who founded Rockstar actually made a Batman Begins game to go along the movie with the movie when it came out.
Seriously?
It was on PlayStation 2.
I don't remember that game.
It's a fucking sick game.
Shit.
Super duper overlooked. Super duper underrated. People who played it loved it, obviously. That's why Arkham Asylum came to be a thing. The games, at least, it was a thing before the games. But super sick game. If there's a gameplay out there, definitely watch it.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna look. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. Everything's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even know they had one. Damn, did you see? I saw either last night or this morning that they revealed the new Batman suit. Have you seen that?
I didn't watch the trailer. I'm skeptical. After Batfleck, I haven't been a big fan of the Batman movies.
Yeah, Batman with shooting people with guns is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Killing people with his bat ship. That was kind of weird.
No comment.
Yeah, it's those movies were pretty bad. Have you seen any of the the cartoon Justice League movies?
I've watched The Killing Joke, and I've watched Flashpoint Paradox.
I love that one.
Those are the only 2 I've seen, though. I'm not as big of a fan of the animated series and stuff as the live action series. We were just talking about Titans. Titans is a super sick show.
Okay.
It's on Netflix if you have a VPN and go to a different country, but it's not on the U.S. Netflix.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is. It's super fucked up.
Have you seen Doom Patrol? I saw the first episode. It was on YouTube.
I did not. Ooh, that's another good one I got recommended.
Yeah, I saw the first episode. It was on YouTube. They had nudity and shit. I'm sure it probably got pulled by now. but it was up there. It was different, which was good. Mm-hmm. So it was
that's how I feel about Titans. Is it's not like the typical approach.
Okay.
But it's like I like the way they changed the story. It's definitely unique. It's not something that like has been done too much before, at least to my knowledge. I really liked it. Okay. I've liked it. I'm only on season 2.
If you had to pick a DC hero that they would make a game after Batman, what DC hero would you go with?
DC, I'm not as big of a fan of. I know you're a big fan of Green Arrow and Flash, and I feel like those would be super sick games.
Exactly. I would love a Green Arrow game. Kind of like combine Batman and Tomb Raider.
That would be sick. Another one that would be dope if they did it sort of like the Arkham games would be a Superman game, obviously. But like, I feel like the mechanics in that, I don't know if they could master that, but that'd be another dope game. But a Green Arrow game would probably be pretty sick.
Fuck yeah. So are you gonna... I know the Avengers have like a game coming out. Are you gonna check that out?
Oh yeah, I might. That's gonna be a game where I wait for it to come out and see how it's like received before I buy it.
Yeah, it's looking kind of. I'm not sure. About it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they had a DC Heroes game. It's free on Xbox and PlayStation, but couldn't get into it, and if it's something like that, I don't want any part of it. But if they actually do it right, look, I think Square's actually developing it. Aren't they? Square Enix?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know.
I want to say they are, because I feel like it was the people who've done Final Fantasy and Tomb Raider. If they're developing it, I have pretty high hopes.
Yeah,
but I don't want to get my hopes up at the same time, because that's a good franchise. Don't want to see it ruined, but I think a game like that would be dope.
I hope so. I hope it's good.
Yeah,
I hope it's good.
Definitely.
Look, I'm not sure about it. Sometimes because they made a Hulk game a long time ago where
that was a good game.
There was a lot of like destruction and he was basically killing people. But I don't know how they're going to make the Hulk now. They're going to like PG it down.
Are you talking about the Hulk game that came out in the early 2000s? Or the late 2010 Hulk one?
I think it was the early 2000s.
Yeah, that game was awesome. Yeah. I played both of them, I think, but that one was definitely superior because you got to play as, Bruce? Is that his name? No. What's the doctor's name?
Wait, Bruce Banner?
Yeah, Bruce Banner. Yeah. I'm like, oh man, I thought I wanted to say Bruce Wayne, but I know that's Batman. But Bruce Banner, yeah, you got to play as Bruce Banner and had to do missions as Bruce Banner, and then you had to do missions as the Hulk, which I thought was super dope in that game. That first one was definitely way better than the second one.
Definitely. Let's see. What do you think is going to be the next game that you buy?
I think Final Fantasy VII comes out before Last of Us 2, but whichever one of those comes out first is the next game I'm getting, unless some random game pops up that I really like before then. But those are the only games on the horizon, maybe even this year, that I'm definitely going to buy.
What about Cyberpunk? Have you looked into
Cyberpunk? Oh, I'm trying to keep my hopes up for that one too, but I feel like that's another game that's going to be like a bust. They put a lot of money into like Keanu Reeves and stuff. I hope they put a little bit of money into the game.
I've seen some gameplay. It looks like they got the story and like all the alternate stuff down, but what I'm worried about is that the weapon play and the melee might not be as good. But we'll wait and see. I'm not sure though. Not sure. Damn, what's the other game you said?
Final Fantasy VII, and Last of Us 2.
I just went over my head. I forgot it. Well, again, I'm about to get actually Borderlands 3 at some point. I wasn't into it at first, but one of my boys is huge on it. Like, he loves that game, so he got me to play it, and I actually started really liking it. So that's probably the next game I'm gonna get. Borderlands 3. I'm going to try Cyberpunk. Hope that's pretty good. And I don't know. I'm looking for a new multiplayer game to play, but I don't see one that's on the horizon that's really interesting.
Gonna be good, yeah.
Yeah, I know Cyberpunk is supposed to be multiplayer eventually. Did you ever play Red Dead Redemption?
I beat it. Yep, I beat it last summer. I don't know if I've talked to you about Red Dead since I beat it, though, but I really liked it. I thought that it was a really good prequel. I liked the prologue. I did not know about the prologue when I started the game, so I was really happy I got to play as John Marston.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I was really happy about that. Or the epilogue, sorry. The epilogue,
oh, yeah,
the prologue.
That's right. Okay, that makes sense.
The epilogue was super good. I thought that was a nice touch to the game. Definitely, like, kind of useless story missions, but that's kind of like what the end of Red Dead 1 was. So,
yeah.
like, the last, like, I think it was like 10-ish missions in Red Dead 1 were kind of like that. So, I liked how they did that again. Overall, though, I really liked the story. I still think Red Dead 1 was better just because of, like, the time I played it. Like, as a whole, definitely Red Dead 2 was a better game, but, like, just when I played it, the nostalgia factor, Red Dead 1 was the better game for me.
Yeah, I haven't played the story yet, just online. So
yeah.
I've done the opposite of what I'm supposed to.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I spoiled the game a little
No,
bit.
it's okay, it's okay. There's no worries about that. I'll play it one day, but
yeah.
When it came out, it was between that, Arkham Knight, and Assassin's Creed Origins, so I played Origins first, and I was like, all right, let me just do the Batman. Then I never got on the Red Dead yet, but it's in my queue. One day I'll probably play it.
Yeah.
One day.
Not super good.
Okay. Were you ever into any type of Mario games or Sonic games back in the day?
Sonic, not as much. Mario, I like Mario Kart a lot. I just don't play it a lot because I don't have Nintendo devices right now.
Same.
Other than that, Mario, yes and no. Like, I'll play it when I can, but, like, I won't go out of my way to play Mario. But Mario Kart's definitely, it's always a winner.
Okay. What about the GTA series?
GTA?
Did you play anyone besides 5?
So GTA 4 and 5 are the only ones I've played and beaten. I don't actually know if I beat 4. Thinking about it, I might not have beaten 4.
Oh damn! I think we talked about this before that you wanted to play 4, but PlayStation didn't have it online. PS4 doesn't have it.
They didn't have it. Last time I checked, they might have it now. I'm not sure.
Isn't it not backwards compatible?
Yeah, it's not backwards compatible, so I couldn't throw it on the PlayStation 3 disc. I think I would have to buy like a physical copy of it, or not a physical copy, a digital copy of it online to play.
Yeah, and I think
I don't know if they released it though.
I think you couldn't find it.
I couldn't find it last time.
Yeah, because Xbox has it. I think
I own it on Xbox. I own it digitally on Xbox.
Nice.
Yeah. The GTA 4, I think, story-wise, was better than 5. I think they tried too many different things with 5, but 4
I don't know anyone who's ever played the story on 5 more than one time.
I've played it. I think I've played it 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
But, like, it's not... I think it's just, like, the fun factor of, like, it's kind of, like, easy to play through. Like, it's not a super complicated game.
True.
Like, stealing cars and driving around is always fun in the game, so it's like, that's like the core mechanics of it, and you can do that in every mission, so, almost every mission.
Very true.
So it's like, the core concept of GTA is kind of fun as a whole for me, so I'll play it once or twice.
Okay.
I played it at least 2 times all the way through.
Okay. Solid. Did you play online at all?
A little bit.
Okay, that makes sense.
I thought Red Dead 1 was the best in terms of, like, online play from Rockstar.
Okay, I remember that, yeah.
It had a lot of really good missions you could do online, and if you got the Red Dead Undead with it as well. I got the Game of the Year edition when I bought Red Dead the first time.
Undead.
But Red Dead Undead Online was like a... kind of like Call of Duty Zombies, but GTA style, which was super sick. I'm a huge Call of Duty Zombies fan. At least World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2. From there on, I'm not as big of a fan. But it kind of made me feel like Black Ops 1 Zombies mixed with like Red Dead or GTA, like cowboy style, which was super sick. You can get like the four horses of the apocalypse and the main story, which is super sick.
Oh, okay.
And then online mode, you can sort of play it through like a round-based system, but I think it only goes to like 20 or something like that. I played through that a few times. You can get XP whore in that, which is why I played it, just to level up online. I wanted the zebra donkey, but I could not. I don't even think I prestiged once in that game.
All right. Favorite Call of Duty game?
Black Ops 2 is the one I played the most, so I'm going to have to say that's my favorite. Black Ops 1 second. And then I don't have any after that.
Yeah. I'll go Black Ops 1 first.
Okay.
Modern Warfare 2 second. Then I'll probably go Black Ops 2 third.
Yeah. Black Ops 2 I definitely played the most online because that's when I started playing COD. And then I went back and got Black Ops 1 mostly for the zombies. But both of them were really good. Black Ops 1 had a better storyline if you played campaign. Black Ops 2's was good, not nearly as good as the first one, though.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do this. We're going to do a word association game. Basically, I'm going to bring up a lot of game-featured words. You tell me the first word that pops up into your head. Basically. All right. Grand Theft Auto.
Stealing cars.
Did you ever play Fable?
I think I played like a PC version that was like online, but it totally could have been not Fable too. So I'm gonna say I haven't really played Fable.
All right, got you. All right, Final Fantasy.
10.
GameStop.
Steal your money.
I knew you were gonna go with something like that. That's pretty funny. Metal Gear Solid.
Haven't played it that much, but Snake.
Okay.
That's what I'll say about that.
All right. Tomb Raider.
Lara Croft.
Okay. Mortal Kombat.
Scorpion.
You play those at all?
Hey, I played 10 and 11. So just the most recent ones, but super sick.
Did you play story mode?
Yeah.
Oh man, the story is real good.
Yeah.
Man.
It's so awesome.
They took it to the next level. Like 9, 10, and 11. That's just
I don't know if I played 9. 9 had like Freddy Krueger as a DLC, didn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
That was sick. I wanted to play that, but that was right before I got Mortal Kombat.
Any other fighting games?
No, I know Final Fantasy came out with a fighting game like within the last couple years or so, but it got really trashy reviews.
Oh, I bet.
It was bad from what it looked like, so I didn't even pick it up.
What about Super Smash? Ever Super Smash?
Never did Super Smash. Like I said, I didn't own too many Nintendo consoles.
Smash. What about Sonic?
Sonic coins.
Are you gonna go see the movie?
No. Even with the redo of Sonic they did, I'm not.
No, me
messing with
neither.
that.
Maybe one day I'll take a whole bunch of shrooms.
Yeah.
And then I'll watch it on Netflix in like 5 years
That's
or something. Atari. Have you ever played Atari?
Pong would be the word I associate with it. Okay. I have not played the Atari, but I have heard good things. Like Pong and Pitfall, I would say, are the two games I've heard about.
Pong is still stands up for it today. Like, I can play it right now. Actually, I played something basically like Pong about 2 weeks ago and had a good time for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It gets kind of cool after that.
Did you ever watch that 70s show when Kelso and Red made the sticks on the Pong controller like shorter so it was harder?
Yeah, I remember that game.
That was funny.
Man, I love that show.
That was so fucking funny.
Oh, man. That show is well, no, it's not underrated.
No.
That show's fucking great. I haven't seen it in years, though.
I watched it fully for the first time last year sometime.
Oh,
that was so
shit,
great. It was so great.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it stands up to the test of time.
It does. It definitely does.
So many things I went back and watched, and I was so fucking disappointed. Have you ever watched a movie called Grandma's Boy?
I don't know. I've definitely heard of it, but I don't know if I've ever watched it.
It's basically like an old stoner film. Not too old, like it probably came out 2005. Stoner film. I used to love it. All my friends used to love it. Like, we would quote the lines. It's a very quotable movie. But then last year, I went down to North Carolina and visit some friends. We decided to watch it because we all used to watch that shit because it was 420. Yeah. We watched it, and we were all pretty disappointed because it was like silly. It was like dumb.
That sucks. Yeah. That's terrible. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last movie I watched where that happened. I don't even want to remember it. I don't even want to remember that stuff. Let's just keep nostalgia.
Speaking of bad memories when it comes to watching something, a show you told me you watched and Dexter, right?
Yeah. Dexter? Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the last season of Dexter and how it ended?
Oh.
I like asking people that.
I couldn't watch it. Like, it took me a month. Like, I binged the whole show in, like,
I know.
maybe a month or two, and it took me a whole month to watch that last season. Like, an episode in, I was like, oh, God. The 8th season, or I think it was like 9 seasons, the next to last season was not as bad as the final season.
No,
I could watch it all the way through. It didn't take me that long. It took me like a week or two to watch that season. That last season, though, was awful.
I know.
So awful.
I remember when you told me you started watching it, I was like, damn, he's going to get to that last season one day. I know, he's going to get there.
Man.
Yo, it's almost, I think it's universal. Ask anyone
who's
ever
anybody who's
Dexter.
a fan of Dexter and started from season 1.
Oh, man. It still hurts my feelings, yeah.
I feel like somebody who watched the last season of it would not be a Dexter fan. Like, if you picked it up on the last season and fell into the hype when it was out, because it was definitely a hype show when it was out.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I remember.
Fuck yeah. It was that and Breaking Bad.
Yeah, both of them. I thought Breaking Bad was solid all the way through.
Yeah.
They didn't have any disappointments, or too big of disappointments, I should say.
Did you watch the movie, El Camino?
I did not watch the movie.
It's good. I like it.
That's
I like
surprising.
it.
Okay.
But yeah, man, fucking Dexter. That shit was sad, man. Like, wasn't it weird? Like, they made Deborah fall in love with him.
That was so weird. That was so bad.
And he wasn't with it, so it made it even more weird. Oh my god. Oh man.
It wouldn't have been right even if he was with
it. But still, she was like extra desperate about it. Like it was so weird, man. Oh my god. All right, let's move on from Dexter. PlayStation.
Yep.
Okay.
Still on it.
I mean,
Tony Hawk. That was a dope game series.
Fuck yeah, I love Tony Hawk.
Proving Grounds 2, I think it was. That was the one where it was like super crazy. I don't remember which game it was.
I think it was stopped after Underground 2.
Underground 2. No, that was it. That was the game.
Okay.
Yeah, Underground 2 was super sick. That was my favorite Tony Hawk game. You could play as like super crazy characters and get like, you could play as like fucking Shrek.
Damn, I don't remember that.
Yeah, once you beat the game, you can play as Shrek.
Great games though.
Yeah.
Like, I just watched. I think, I don't know if it was the world record, but a speed run of Tony Hawk 2. It just looks so masterful to the point where I'm like, damn, I was never good at this game like I thought I was.
I've watched a few people who are really, really good at the game, and they score like, it's either a million, I think it's millions of points at a time. Dude, I've never scored more than maybe 100,000 points at one time. He beat Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 and got everything in like 12 minutes. That's dumb. Yeah. What? That's insane, crazy. Insane. All right, Xbox. 360. Okay. Xbox 360 was where it was at. I was not as big a fan of the Xbox One, but
okay, I can agree with
Xbox
that.
360 was fantastic.
Did you
a lot of memories.
Play Halo?
No Halo, not as much Halo.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm sorry. No Halo.
I mean, I love Halo.
I played Halo 3 a little bit. That was a super good campaign. That's
Definitely.
the only one I think I've beaten all the way through, to be honest, though. I tried to get into it when I got my Xbox One, because I got it with like the Master Chief Collection.
Oh, yeah.
When it came out, which was super sick. I played a little bit of Halo online, but I think Arkham Knight took over like my gaming at that time. I bought Arkham Knight. That was the first game I bought when I bought an Xbox One, because I was such a big Arkham fan at the time. So
Totally. You said you finished it though, right?
Yeah, I beat the story.
All right. What did you think of who the Arkham Knight was?
I definitely think it changed like my perspective on the Batman story, but like, I don't know, like this kind of makes me want to talk about Titans too, because it has to do. They got the name switched around in Titans, but like it's the same set of characters, like Jason Todd, Dick Grayson, stuff like that. But I thought it was sick. It gave me a different perspective on the Batman series, but it wasn't as well executed of a game as the first two. It still makes me feel like it's not. I just don't like it as much, and it's just
true.
Okay,
What level did you play on? Did you play on the hardest level?
I played on normal.
Okay.
I never played that on the hardest level.
I played it on the hardest level, and I'll tell you this: the Batmobile fights get so tedious and annoying towards the end of the game that I couldn't enjoy it. It's like it would be 20 things you have to kill, and it takes forever to kill them. It gets annoying.
I think that's why Arkham Asylum is probably what I would say is my favorite game, is because even on hard, the fighting is it flows so well.
Yes,
like if you can actually like learn the fight style in the game, it flows so well. And the Batmobile did not play as well as how flawless the combat was in the first two games, which is crazy because they were like 10 years apart. Nah, it was like 5 or 6, I think. Maybe 10.
I'm not sure. Between the first and third one?
The first and Arkham Knight. So Asylum and Knight.
Yeah, I mean,
came out in like 2008. No, it couldn't have been 10 years. It was like 6 years, I think.
Something like maybe 8.
Yeah,
7.
6 to 8.
Around there.
Yeah, somewhere around there. It seemed like it got worse. Like the mechanics got worse.
Yeah.
Which was weird because it was on a new console that was so much more powerful. So much more powerful.
All right, let's go. Fortnite. You thought first word Fortnite.
I was an early adopter of Fortnite.
So did you play before it was Battle Royale?
I played when it was Season 1, considered Season 1, and I stopped after Season 2 or 3. Like, I never got really into it, but I played for the first couple seasons, and then I stopped. I don't even think, like, what's super common in the game now that totally wasn't in it the earlier seasons? Like, I don't even know what's in it because I don't even watch Fortnite content online.
Me neither.
I think vehicles are in it now.
Really?
Are vehicles in it?
Maybe.
I don't know. It was more based on, like, I guess it still is kind of based on how fast you can build and stuff, but like, people were not as fast at building it when I was playing it. Yeah. Like the first couple seasons was not as fast paced as it is now. So like, I think that's part of why I stopped playing it too. Is like, I'm not trying to sweat over this game. It's not worth it like that for me.
You have to grind it to get that good. Like one of my friends, he's really good at it, and I watch his gameplay. Like the way he's building this shit.
So fast. Like, it's so fast. You have to play on PC if you play Fortnite, in my opinion.
He uses a controller though.
I don't understand.
Yeah, like but he's great. No, like he's a legend for real. That's kind of weird. How about your first word? Speed running.
So my favorite game to watch speedruns on. I know Mario 64 has some crazy ones.
Oh man, I love it.
But Spyro 3 actually has some pretty cool speedruns. You can beat the game 117%. And I think it's like 4 hours.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. But there's a lot of glitches and stuff. I think I beat it in 12 fully when I played it last. Which I didn't do any glitches or anything like that. So I just played it through. Got super lost on like one gem, and then I figured out like halfway through the game I could use sparks, and I didn't have to do sparks missions and stuff like that to get that ability, because that's how it is in the remastered version. So I don't know. Speedrunning's cool and all, but like I don't do it as much. Like I personally don't speedrun.
Oh no.
But it's kind of fun to watch because you get to see like a whole like kind of the essence of the game melts it down into a few crazy glitches and stuff, which is pretty cool. Some of the ones for Spyro, it's funny because when I was playing it as a kid, I discovered, and I had no idea about speedrunning at this time. It was like when I was like 6, and YouTube was not even out at this time. And I actually did some of the glitches they do in the speedruns. I just found them because they were like super stupid things you could just do in the game.
Okay, like what? What's an example of?
So there's a level you have to 100% beat everything in the game before you can get to this level. Hence 117% if you've never played it before.
All right.
So it's called the Super Bonus World, and there's an area where you get this gliding ability, but you have to unlock it. But you can get to it as soon as you get to the Super Bonus World if you jump on the pool of lava, because the pool of lava shoots you up in the air, and then you can glide around the door that's blocking you and get to the flying area, essentially area where you can glide beforehand. And I've seen a bunch of speedrunners do that first and then unlock the areas and speedrun it that way. That was the one I found. I don't know of any of the other ones I found. I know the game, the first time I was playing through it when I was like 6, it blocked me out because it thought I was cheating. And it has it has cheating mechanisms.
Oh shit, that's cool.
And I got everything except one gem in the game, and I couldn't find the last gem because it essentially deleted the gem from the game because it thought I was cheating somehow.
Damn, that's fascinating.
No idea how it happened. I didn't even see the text come up on the screen, but it was literally one gem. It was when you had the Sparks ability. I had done everything in the game, so it was literally I had the Sparks ability to be able to find the gem, and Sparks was like, I don't know where it's at. So,
oh shit, that's fucked up.
It was funny. It was funny. I watched it, and I was watching YouTube, and I was like, it was like one of those, I think it was like 10 things you didn't know about Spyro videos. So I saw it in the video, and I was like, well, fuck, that's why I couldn't beat the game.
Did you ever play Crash Bandicoot?
Yep. The first one was really good. I don't think I played any of the other ones besides the first one, though.
I've played 1, 2, and I think the third one's Chaos Theory. But that was while it was on PlayStation. Same with Spyro. Yeah. I played the first 2. I don't think I played the third one, though.
Yeah.
It's a fun-ass game,
so
though.
good, dude.
Fun-ass game.
I think you can find it for like $20 nowadays for the remastered trilogy.
Is it only on PlayStation?
No, it's on all consoles nowadays.
Shit, I'll buy Spyro for real. That's a good game. It's a good game. Alright, let's see. Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
First year.
Mario, Super Nintendo. I don't think I played it that much. It was a little before my time.
Did you play
Mario Kart?
Did you ever play Pokemon at all? Any Pokemon?
Yes, I have played a few Pokemons. I really want to switch because of Pokemon. I think the newer ones look super sick. I think it's one of those games that it's kept it like the same basically for like how many years now? Like 20 plus years.
Definitely.
Yeah, maybe even 30 now. Like
around there.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it's kept the same mechanics the whole time. Super awesome. The first Pokemon I played was Pearl or Diamond, I think.
Okay.
I played Heart Gold Remastered. They didn't call it Remastered at the time. What else did I play? I downloaded an emulator and I played Emerald. That was a lot of fun. Super duper fun. I thought that one was probably one of the best ones, even on the emulator, not on the DS, which was crazy. Just because you can go so fast and like the emulators and stuff, it makes the game a lot more playable.
Definitely.
I think the speeding in the game you can do it makes the game a lot more playable. What other Pokemons have I played? I don't know of other Pokemons I've played. Those are the 3 that come to my mind. Okay. Pearl was the first one, Heart Gold was the second one, and then Emerald was the most recent one I've beaten.
Alright, but here's the most important question. I ask everyone I know that likes Pokemon this. I might have even asked you this before in the past. If you could have one Pokemon in real life, which Pokemon would you pick?
That's hard. I don't know. I feel like you could think about it a couple different ways. I think like if you wanted to think about it as like keeping a pet, you would choose something like small that you could like contain and that you could leave out all the time. But if you wanted to like battle, I feel like that'd be a different thing.
Okay.
So for like battling purposes, stuff I think is just the most legit Pokemon. I think I would have to choose Rayquaza.
Okay.
Because that thing's sick. Super sick. I don't even know its abilities or anything like that. Just sick Pokemon. I think for battling and stuff, that's definitely
what kind of Pokemon is it? Because I've never heard of that.
It's like a dragon. It was an Emerald. It was the main like cover of Emerald.
Is it like a?
It's like a big green dragon.
Thing? Okay, great. Yeah. Okay, I have to see it.
Yeah, it's super sick.
Okay.
As like a pet though, I guess it would have to be like I always choose fire type. I guess I'd have to choose like Torchic or like Charmander or something like that. Or maybe fucking Dragonite. Who knows? I don't know. That's not like a real pet. That'd be badass to have a Dragonite.
I always go with Venusaur.
Venusaur? Okay.
Because you can like grow food on it.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Some weed
That'd be
on
smart.
There.
That'd be smart.
So,
you know?
Like you can live off Venusaur.
Yeah, no one would fuck with you if you had Dragonite though.
Oh no! Oh man! Like especially if it was that one legendary Dragonite from the Pokemon TV show that's like as tall as a light tower. Yeah. I remember that one.
Where the fuck would you even keep it?
You couldn't for real. That might actually be a bad pick because it's too big. Unless you had like acres of land, then you'd be okay.
I don't know. A flying Pokemon would be really smart to have too. One that
True.
can fit you.
You're right.
Dragonite, flies up with that. Throw a fly.
If it's not that one super huge one, then I think they make it like 11 feet tall. Yeah, that'll be. You can fly wherever you want to. Shit.
That'd be dope.
Like, what if you
get? The question is if you get Mewtwo, can he teleport you?
See, I was about to say that if you can get one that was psychic and can teleport, that's even
teleport you. Beyond. They can teleport. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know Pokemon more that well. But if Mewtwo or like one of the psychic ones could teleport you, that'd be even more useful. So that's the one I would go with if that could happen.
Damn, yeah, that would be awesome. But yeah, I think I'll go Venusaur just because I can live off it. You can grow my weed, you can grow my food, whatever
That'd
I want.
That'd be sick. That would be a good ability to have. I feel like you could profit a lot off of like a Venusaur though.
Yeah, probably.
Like growing like agricultural wise. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, grow me some mushrooms. Okay, how about one word for Batman?
Badass? The Dark Knight?
Definitely. Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say earlier. I heard the next Batman game is supposed to be like an introduction into a Justice League type of Batman universe game, where there's going to be like eventually a Superman game or a Wonder Woman game or
that'd be sick.
An Aquaman game would be pretty interesting to see. It's like a underworld Atlantis.
I feel like that would be like if they were going to do something like that, they should roll it in like sort of like the Avengers game that's coming out is trying to do.
Yeah,
I feel like that'd be a cool idea, but again, they could mess that up super easily. So
yeah,
I don't know.
There's too many. There might be a lot of different powers.
Mechanics.
Like like.
But then again, if we want to refer to a game that did it well like that, the Old Republic, Star Wars: The Old Republic did that back in the day.
Oh, you mean like which one? I've only played Knights of the Old Republic, like the super old one.
I don't remember. It was a game I heard about recently.
It's old as fuck?
It's old as fuck. It's on PC mostly now, but they had like a campaign and they had different characters you could choose and different classes, and they all had their different stories with different cutscenes and stuff. I feel like if they copied that kind of style and were able to master the mechanics and not put trash mechanics in, that'd be a dope series.
Yeah, I used to play Knights of the Old Republic on the original Xbox, so that might be what you're referring to. It's like, have you ever played Mass Effect?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, that's an amazing game. You should check that one out.
They need to remaster it. No, I'll play it.
It's not bad looking.
It's not bad looking.
So? Not bad. Like it's not. Of course, it doesn't look like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but it looks pretty good. Pretty good. Especially 3. But fuck, I forgot what I was about to say. What we were just talking about. What game were we just talking about? Fuck.
Batman Justice League thing.
Oh man, it's gone. Fuck, it's gone. All right. The next word, Luigi.
Luigi's Mansion.
Have you played that?
I played the original one. That was pretty good, but I don't think I played like much after that. I didn't play like the new ones that came out.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, I already asked what's your favorite game. Next game ever. So, anything random you can pop into your head right now? Any game?
No, I mean we hit everything. Games coming out, stuff like that. I think it's pretty good.
Definitely. All right. Well, this was the Williamsburg Gamers Guild Part 4 with my good homeboy Gage, and I'm William Henry Palmer. I hope you all have a solid day.